Hello friends, I've had a question from the class to try and clarify the distinction between synonymous parallelism and synthetic parallelism. In a nutshell, the idea of parallelism is that two poetic phrases combine to form one whole thought. In the Psalms, the most common form is synonymous parallelism. Synonymous comes from the idea that the second poetic phrase in some sense echoes the thought of the first one. So the first poetic phrase is a complete thought, and the second one is a partial restatement of it, often with some element of difference added to it. Synthetic parallelism, it's not really parallelism at all in one sense, because parallelism implies that two consecutive phrases in some sense overlap, that they're parallel to one another. Synthetic parallelism is where you've got two poetic phrases. The first one introduces the first part of a thought and the second one completes it, but it doesn't restate something or echo something in the first half. So here is Psalm 37. We're going to find some examples of both types of parallelism in selected verses from Psalm 37. Verse 1 says, "Do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong." Now you'll notice some parallel elements. The two phrases, the two halves of the verse are saying something similar. Don't fret because of those who do evil. Don't be envious of those who do wrong. And you can see that those who are evil parallels those who do wrong. And you can also see that do not fret parallels or be envious. So it's do not fret or be envious. So the two lines are saying something overlapping and related, and the second half echoes the first, but it's not an exact restatement. It's adding additional nuance. This is a classic example of synonymous parallelism, and you can see the two parts are parallel. The second phrase contains words or phrases or ideas that are parallel to the ideas in the first half. Verse 2, like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. So once again, you can see there are obviously parallel ideas. The two halves of the verse are, again, synonymous. What are the synonymous elements? Well, like the grass is synonymous to like green plants, and then the two verbs are parallel as well. They will soon wither is essentially a related idea to they will soon die away. So this is the basic idea of synonymous parallelism. Let's look at verse 3. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. We got two commandments: trust in the Lord and dwell in the land. So those are parallel. The verse is establishing a connection between trusting in the Lord and dwelling in the land. And then it's not obvious, but the two ands introduce the results of obeying those commands. So the result is you will do good and you will enjoy safe pasture. Once again, you can see synonymous parallelism because the two phrases have synonyms in them. Synonymous, my spelling, oh Lord, I struggle when there's no spell checker to keep me on the straight and narrow. Contrast this to verse 4. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Do you see that there is nothing in the second phrase, this one, that echoes, that parallels words or ideas or phrases in the first one? Rather, this simply continues the thought that leaves off here, and it completes the thought. This is synthetic parallelism. The second poetic phrase builds on it. It resumes where the first one left off and completes the thought. Let's go and have a look at a few more just to drive this home. Still in the same psalm. Verse 10, a little while and the wicked will be no more. Though you look for them, they will not be found. I think this is synonymous parallelism. This one's a little less explicit and obvious, but we have some aligned elements. Now, sometimes the aligned elements are very obvious and sometimes they're less obvious. So here we've got the idea, the wicked will be no more, which is parallel to they will not be found. But these other two elements, a little while and though you look for them, they're not explicitly parallel. These are elements of difference. And that's quite common in synonymous parallelism. It's not that every element in the first phrase must be echoed or paralleled in the second phrase. Sometimes only part of the phrase is paralleled. But together, the two phrases of verse 10 are making the same point. In a little while, the wicked will be gone. Verse 11. But the meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. Now, this is synonymous parallelism. And sometimes it's hard to notice because often in synonymous parallelism, part of the first phrase is assumed to be read with the second phrase. In this case, the expression the meek will is assumed to apply to both halves. It applies here and it applies here. So the meek will inherit the land, that's phrase 1, and enjoy peace and prosperity. That's the parallel element. And this element here, the meek will, this is a shared phrase. This is common in synonymous parallelism, that there's ellipsis, or part of the first phrase is left out of the second but assumed to be part of it. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. Let's just do verse 13, because by the way, the relationship between verse 12 and 13 is antithetical at the relationship of whole lines, but that's not what we are for. But the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. Is there anything in the second phrase, the for phrase, that echoes or restates an idea from the first phrase? And the answer is no. The two halves still make one thought. The Lord laughs at them because he knows their day is coming. That's one whole thought. Similarly, if you looked at verse 10, it's one whole thought. A little while and the wicked will be no more. Though you look at them for them, they will not be found. That's one thought. A poetic line with two phrases makes one thought, whether the relationship between the halves is synonymous or, as it is in this case, synthetic. So I hope that's helpful. Synonymous parallelism, you're going to have two phrases. The second one is going to repeat some of the words or ideas or concepts. Sometimes it repeats all of them. So there'll be a distinct overlap and the two halves together make one thought. In synthetic parallelism, the two halves still make one thought, but there's no echo or overlap. The second part simply continues as if it was writing the second half of a sentence to complete the total thought. Hope that's helpful and not too difficult with a bit of practice to master this distinction between synonymous and synthetic parallelism.